Also happening in Addis Ababa, talks on South Sudan's future. So far, there is no deal to end more than a year of fighting in that country. While the rival sides have agreed in principle to establish a transitional government, they have yet to reach consensus on the distribution of power. For some perspectives on the peace efforts, I am joined by Mr. Pagan Amum. He's the former Secretary General of the Sudan People's Liberation Movement, SPLM. Mr. Amum, welcome to Africa 54.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and I know that you have had such a bumpy year. First, give us your thoughts on the point where the talks are in Addis Ababa. As they suspended yesterday, nothing seemed to have been achieved. What is the major roadblock?
For us in South Sudan, what is happening, the civil war, the devastating civil war that is taking place is destroying South Sudan. This war must be brought to an end and must be made to stop. And the IGAD countries will need the support of the African Union and the international community to bring pressures to bear on the leaders of the warring parties so that they sign a peace agreement. And at this present moment, it is now time to stop this war, including by imposing an agreement that South Sudanese can live with.
Most people are getting tired of the South Sudanese leaders actually calling on the world to come and help. What is making it very difficult? And I'm asking you as a person who has been part of the system, very difficult for these men and women who fought together to liberate their region. What is making it difficult for them to see sense and wisdom in actually agreeing to stop the mess?
The difficulty is stemming out from lack of political will to see the national interests of South Sudan, and that is ending this war and taking South Sudan to peace and democracy. And it boils down to power struggle. It boils down to issues of power sharing. And I believe the common sense is that you form a government of national unity that is inclusive of all the political forces in the country with an inclusive participation, deconcentrate power.
Let's take it back. This all began actually at the party level.
Yes.
And you were the Secretary General of the party.
Yes.
So how did things get here? And you were the guy in charge.
I'm not the chair and the leader of the party.
But you're the Secretary General.
I'm the Secretary General, yes, absolutely,
of the
absolutely. I was the chief administrative officer.
Yes.
And where it went wrong was the leadership of SPLM, the president, the chairman of the SPLM, his vice president, two deputy chairs, the secretary general, political bureau, all of us, we have lost direction and we have lost the vision. And when voices within the party, some of us started to speak that we have gone in a wrong direction and there is need to correct ourselves and there is need to return to the vision of our late founding father, Dr. John Garang de Mabior. This resulted into debate and violence was introduced by the chair of the party to attempt to silence the voices that were calling for reform and change and correction. This is where we have gone wrong.
Now, some have also blamed you for some of the mess in the party, including there were some investigations that suggested millions of dollars disappeared and you were in charge of the party.
This is not true. These allegations and accusations and blames to me and many others are politically motivated. It's all not true. I have been in the country. Investigations have been made on those false accusations, and it has been proven that there is nothing like that. And again, also, I have taken those who have accused me to court in Juba, and I won the case, and they were fined for defamation.
Thank you. Anyway, thanks a lot for joining us today,
You're most welcome.
Mr. Amum.
Thank you.
Well, Mr. Pagan Amum is the former Secretary General of the South Sudanese liberation movement that's in South Sudan. Well, we want to know now what you think about Africa 54 and the stories we cover. Join the conversation on Facebook. The address is Africa 54, and check out our headlines 24/7 on voaafrica.com.